But I need everybody to understand who we're talking about here. Kevin Durant is all world. He's 6'10", with a 7'6" wingspan, with a handle and a J. This brother averages 27 in his sleep. It's nothing to him. And I predict that's exactly what the hell he's going to do when he comes back. And when you look at the Eastern Conference and the East, with him and a healthy Kyrie Irving, the Brooklyn Nets next year are going to be title contenders. I didn't say playoff contenders. I said title contenders. This is one of the greatest players in as far as I'm concerned, in the history of basketball. I think it's safe to say that already. At 6'11", with a 7'6" wingspan, with skills of a guard, with range to boot, this dude is the total package offensively. He's on that level. You're a superstar. This dude is a career 27-point-per-game scorer. Career. Kevin Durant could average 30 in his sleep. 26.6 this year. 53% shooting from the field. 43% shooting from three-point range. This is a surefire future first-ballot Hall of Famer who's one of the most prolific scorers this game has ever seen. I've been arguing all year long that the gap between LeBron James and Kevin Durant was never that wide. They had a different skill set. They had a different skill set. I said just like LeBron was a locomotive coming at you at 260 pounds, Kevin Durant is 6'11" with a 7'6" wingspan who has guard skills and can pull up from 30. Fair. And when you got a sniper like Kevin Durant shooting for career 49% from the field, career 38% from three-point range, his defense has obviously improved, obviously. This brother's a sniper extraordinaire. You gonna sit here with a straight face and say there's not even a discussion? There's no debate at all? At all?
Will KD's attitude lead to success?
I think it will. First of all, let's remember he already has had success. He is a two-time champion. He's a two-time NBA Finals MVP. He is a person that I consider to be the best in the world. Kawhi Leonard, no disrespect, LeBron and all these brothers. This brother healthy right here. The offensive game is just on another level. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Show him your respect, okay? Give him that. But that don't mean you got to say he's the best in the world. I'm going to tell you who's the best in the world. Give it to me. His name is KD. His name is KD. We're talking Kevin Durant here. And for those of you who want to sit up here and argue with
the
this,
board knows that's not true.
I'm sorry.
The board knows it's not true.
Hold on.
It's true. It's true.
Let me finish this last point because it's very, very important. Again, you don't need it. Let me finish this last point. Kevin Durant, everyone recognizes he's elevated his level of defensive play. Offensively, 6'11", 7'6" wingspan, three-point shot, career 38% shooter, career 27-point per game scorer. This dude can score from three. He has the mid-range game. He hits 90% from the free throw line. He is arguably the most unstoppable offensive force in basketball, and he's one of those rare individuals that has the opportunity to be the all-time leading scorer in NBA history. When everything is said and done, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has over 38,000 points. When you talk about one person who could potentially catch it if he wanted to, it's Kevin Durant, because in his sleep, he can drop 30 on anybody. LeBron James can't hit perimeter shots that way. He can't hit free throws that way. Kevin Durant, tell me what he can't do offensively.
Elite defender as well.
He's a career 27-point-per-game scorer. 49% shooting from the field, 38% from three-point range. This is not a guy, even though he is athletic, this is not a guy who has the success of his basketball career predicated on his athleticism. He is a marksman who happens to be 6'11", with a 7'6" wingspan, who can pull up from 30 anytime he wants. He can get his shot off without jumping. And that's not to say he can't jump. He didn't have to, because that's how lanky and tall this dude is. And he's a sniper personified. Make no mistake about it. I expect Kevin Durant to come back next year in his sleep, averaging 25 a game.
Is Kevin Durant the best player on the planet?
I believe he is. I believe that right now he is. When we acknowledge what he does defensively, that was really the only thing missing back in the day. When you look at the offensive arsenal, you can't. It depends on what your preference is. Obviously, you look at little LeBron and you think about 260 pounds and the kind of effect that he can have. But from a skill perspective, tell me who has Kevin Durant's arsenal? 6'11", 7'6" wingspan, threes, mid-range,
handle,
finishes on the break, handle, pull up, Jay, fall away. And oh, by the way, unlike LeBron James with 66% at the free throw line, 67%, Kevin Durant is near 90. Okay, this is a career 27-point-per-game scorer. This is a career 49% shooter from the field. This is a career 36% shooter from three-point range, 38% shooter from three-point range. Everything you look at, the only thing he doesn't have is the strength to drop step on you and just yam it on you from a physicality standpoint. Now, because of his height, he can still post and turn around and shoot from a post position with his back to the basket. There is nothing missing from his arsenal. And then when you take into account the fact that he elevates his game offensively come playoff time, postseason time, there is no disappearing act. He ain't hard to find. You consider that along with the two-time MVP, two-time NBA Finals, meaning NBA Finals MVP, two-time champion, and so on and so forth. This is a man that has the potential to surpass Kareem Abdul-Jabbar as the greatest scorer in the history of basketball. We're seeing things. People thought I was crazy when I said, hey, you know what? Larry Bird, last 2 minutes, everybody knows money time, no question about it. Can't take it either way. But when we talk about small forward stuff like that, I look at LeBron James as the greatest small forward who ever lived. I look at Kevin Durant. What is you, a hybrid? It doesn't matter. What this brother brings to the floor right now, particularly once Giannis validated what I said he didn't have yesterday.
One game.
Kevin Durant is another level. Let's just put it in its proper perspective. We must have forgot. A career 27-point-per-game scorer. A career 49% shooter. A career 38% shooter from three-point range. A career 88.3% shooter from the free throw line. One of the greatest, one of the most efficient offensive forces the game of basketball has ever seen. Let me say this to you. There is no gap between LeBron James and Kevin Durant as far as I'm concerned. This is a dude like LeBron. LeBron's averaged 27 for his career. So has KD. LeBron's averaged 7 rebounds for his career. So has KD. Oh, by the way, KD is a considerable better three-point shooter, and don't get me started with the free throw line. I mean, it's night and day between them two from the free throw line. KD is a scoring specialist. Now, obviously, there's more that comes to the game of basketball than that, okay? And we understand that. But what I'm saying to you is this. When you talk about needing a bucket, when you talk about clutch time, you need a bucket. You need somebody to finish. You need somebody that's a sniper. I think KD is that dude. I don't think it's Kawhi. I don't think it's the Greek Freak. I don't think it's James Harden. Even though he's the greatest shooter that I've ever seen in my life, I don't think it's Steph Curry. I don't think any of those dudes. But the one person that I would sit up there and put, like if he were healthy and he's on the court in an even playing field against LeBron James, and I sit up there and I'd sit back and get my popcorn ready, it would be Kevin Durant. 6'11", 7'6" wingspan, can pull up from 30, got a handle, can finish at the free throw line, mid-range game, long-range game, it don't matter. That dude and LeBron James, I don't think there's a gap at all. Now, everybody else, I say is a distant second. But those two, right there, as far as I'm concerned. But I'm here to tell you something right now. There are levels to this. And KD is on that kind of level, reminding everybody why he's one of the top 2 players on the planet Earth. Reminding everybody, Matt Kellerman, that when he's like that, you really don't have a chance against these Warriors. Period.
I'm disappointed we didn't hear the 7 feet,
tall, the 7'6" wingspan. I mean, like, let's not settle an argument no one's having. Everyone knows that KD is awesome.
Well, I just didn't want to go into all of that because the more time, the more congested we are today, the more time we save for Tony Kornacki,
correct.
who's made it clear he wants his time today.
Correct.
He wants his time.
You got mad at KD at the time and called it the softest move ever by a superstar until his mom checked you, and now you're very contrite about that. Let's be honest.
I don't want to upset Mama Durant now. Come on now. You got
NBA mothers, the NBA mothers, the kryptonite against Stephen A. Smith.
Without question.
No doubt.
Without question. No denying it.
That's right.